It feels like I'm underwater and I'm walking barefoot in the sand. So I'm walking barefoot underneath the ocean on the seafloor.
Now, as you lay suspended or walking underwater, look around. Tell me, what do you see?
So maybe about a week ago, Billy Carson posted pictures of statues that were found right outside of Egypt underneath the water. And there was one statue that I stared at forever. And I was like, this looks so familiar. And they said it was a statue from Alexandria. And it felt like I was under the ocean and I had my hand over her statue, touching it. And I just got that familiar feeling again. And then it felt like I was walking under the water with all of the other ancient ruins that are still under that.
Nice. And what emotions do you feel as you're there?
It feels more like home. It feels like it's like that feeling of a time that I truly enjoyed and a time that my soul misses. I feel like I'm in ancient Egypt outside of the pyramids and it's nighttime. And he's like, he wants to take me somewhere. He's holding my hand and he wants to take me somewhere.
Okay, and let's follow that. Where does he take you?
I hear shamanic drums in the background. So when you said the music of your soul, I started hearing shamanic drums playing. You're walking up to some kind of ceremony and there's fire and there's a lot of people like dancing, just enjoying themselves.
And now, can you describe the environment, the scenery? What does that look like?
You can see all of the stars in the sky and it has this feeling of like purity around it. They're serving snake because snake was a delicacy.
And now, are you inside or outside of a building?
We were outside, so it's like I can see the pyramids in the background and I can see these huge trees and I can see water running near us.
And is it daytime or nighttime?
It's nighttime.
And what is everyone wearing there?
Some people have headdresses on, but for the most part it's like white cloths and that they have jewelry on. It feels very Egyptian.
What does the jewelry look like? Is it a special type of stone or gold? Can you describe that?
Yeah, it's gold and a lot of people have gold on because gold is such an important metal. And then different types of stones. So there's turquoise and quartz, just different kind of jewelry. I feel like it's some kind of ceremony to honor the serpent because a lot of people have snake jewelry on and they're serving snake. They're saying to honor the serpent within.
And who says that?
My guides, I just heard it, that this was to honor the serpent within.
Okay, beautiful. So this is a ceremony to honor the serpent within?
And it's funny because my kundalini has been crazy the last couple days.
Right. And now, how many people are there? Is it a lot of people or just a select few?
Yeah, there's a lot of people here.
Is this a ceremony?
They're saying it's the gathering. Gathering of the high priestess and priestesses. Yeah, the high priests and priestesses.
Okay, well, let's explore that. Now, how can you describe how the ceremony conducts itself? So we're gonna just move forward into the ceremony and tell me more about that. What do you see going on now in the ceremony?
People are dancing around the fire and honoring the snake.
And how do you feel in this moment?
I feel really happy. I feel really loved.
Now, take a look down at your body and down at your feet. And what are you wearing?
The same thing. It's like white cloths with gold jewelry. I look very similar to the way that I did during the resurrection video that we made last time. I'm pretty sure this was like the same life of. Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you get a sense that you're High Priestess there?
Yeah, and okay, so the story that they're telling me is that I was supposed to marry Thoth. So this was a ceremony where we were supposed to be married within the next few days after. So I don't know if this was like some kind of celebration for that, but what they're telling me is that during this ceremony, we all drank snake venom to show that nothing could hurt us, that our beliefs were stronger, and to show us like how powerful we all were. So we drank snake venom during the ceremony of the snake, and for some reason, Thoth died.
So Thoth died after drinking this venom?
Yeah, that's the feeling that I get.
Is Thoth still with you?
In the scene?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go ahead and ask him for more insight on this.
So he's saying that he drank even more than everybody else at that time because he was prophesized as the king. So he drank more snake venom than anybody else, and it actually ended up killing him. And now I'm getting that same vision that I've had over the last week of me like crying over his body. I guess now it makes sense that I was so upset if we were supposed to be married a few days later.
Can he share to you why he did not come back to life after the resurrection attempts? Can he share to you about that? Or would he like to show you that?
Yeah, so now it feels like we took him somewhere. I think we took him inside of the Great Pyramid when we realized that he was unconscious, and we're trying to bring him back to life, but it's not working because his avatar body is shutting down.
And now, how did this make Thoth feel? When you connect with him and get his version of the event, how did he feel when he realized that? Was he aware that could happen?
He was aware, but when you can incarnate at will, there's no fear of the other side. So sometimes you do things in physicality where he's saying that sometimes we have free will and sometimes we do make, he's not saying mistakes, but sometimes we do make choices that can harm avatar bodies when we come into them. So, and he's saying that, so one of my biggest questions was like, if we have this higher understanding of what's happening, and if we can just incarnate into another avatar body, then why was I so sad? Like, why is death still emotional if we have this higher perspective? And he's saying you're grieving still emotional because you're grieving the experience. Like you're grieving that specific unique experience was over. So even though the spirit of Thoth, I can still communicate with the other side because I'm so divinely connected to him. It was grieving the experience that we had that was over because I truly love that lifetime.
See, and you were about to also marry each other.
Yeah,
Am I
but
correct?
yeah, but it never happened. And
Now,
now I'm just getting that picture of like me holding him crying.
now, is there anything that you would like to do in this scene just to help maybe provide love and just healing to this version of how would you like to comfort her in any way?
Yeah, just sending so much love. And then they're just saying that like the bond between them, that their souls will always be divinely connected.
Oh, beautiful. Do you get a sense that there's any more messages for you here, or are you being called to look anywhere else?
So they're kind of showing me fractal consciousness. So
Mhm.
they're showing me that is actually an aspect of Isis, and we can actually see Isis and Thoth as an oversoul that has been fractaled out into many different aspects. So, and it's like the oversoul of Isis and Thoth is so special because it has that twin flame relationship, and every single time aspects of Isis are created, the same amount of aspects of Thoth are created, and it's creating an entire reality of fractal consciousness.
Tell me more about that.
And so, like this lifetime in specific, this was just like one aspect of Isis, one aspect of Thoth, but their actual souls are huge and it's
Mhm.
spread out. It's like it even still manifests in the reality that we're in now. And that's why there's so many people here deeply connected to Isis and deeply connected to Thoth because it's like you can see it as an oversoul that's fractaling itself, creating these twin flame relationships. And that's why we're very deeply connected to them.
Okay, so this could also be why many people feel the connections.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people feel so deeply connected to Isis and Thoth, is because like
Beautiful.
most likely you probably are a part of some kind of oversoul connected to them. And you feel
Mhm.
that deep of a connection to them.
Beautiful. Are there any other messages they would like to share with you in this space? Are you being
They're saying that this construct was created on twin flame relationships. So if you look at the as above, so below, there's 12 creators of this realm, and 6 are in pairs. So 6 are in a twin flame dynamic. And so are living in a twin flame construct. And that's why the energies are so intense here. And that's what makes the separation feel even more intense is because we're all souls that have been separated from their twin flame. And so even if we're not living with our twin flame in this life, there's some kind of aspect of your soul that is missing their twin flame. And that's because they created a construct that meant to feel separate from source. And if your twin flame splits into multiple pieces, it creates the illusion of separation. And some of us have chosen even paths of more separation so that we can learn how to come back to wholeness and unity consciousness.
And now how would someone know that they are with their twin flame? What are some signs that can validate that?
So there's a deep knowing or an energetic pull. If Isis and Thoth are oversouls, then that means that you can have more than one twin flame and you can have more than parallel life in the same reality. So we kind of have to change the way that we look at these things if we're in an entire twin flame construct, because you can have these deep energetic pulls with more than one person that matches your frequency. For example, she has came across other parallel lives in the same reality. She has also came in contact with more than one twin flame, and in the beginning she asked, how could this even be possible? But it's starting to, as her consciousness grows, she's starting to realize that our soul is so big that the human mind can't comprehend it. We search for information and we try to make as much sense of it as we can. But the truth is that consciousness is so big and so expansive that our human mind is too limited to fully understand the expansiveness of our soul. So the best advice that we can give is that when you feel the energetic pull to some person, there's a reason why, and to follow that energetic pull and to trust your heart. But at the same time, there are many types of twin flame relationships more than just romantic love. So one of twin flames is somebody completely different than her that is not a romantic relationship, but when they speak to each other, the amount of spiritual wisdom that they pull out of one another has been extremely helpful for her. So we need to look at these twin flame dynamics much differently than we've been taught, and just understand that a lot of us are the same soul at a bigger level, incarnating here to awaken humanity and to help the evolution of our own soul through feeling as separate as possible so that we can come back to unity.
Thank you for that. Beautiful.
And then they're showing me, sorry, I'm getting downloaded so much at once. They're showing me one more thing. So did a beautiful hypnosis of going to the 5D after this experience is over, or like what your next incarnation would be. And I had a moment at the end of that where I was like, I don't want to go to 5D Earth. I just want to be whole again. I've become so hyper aware of separation and how my soul is fractaled into so many different parts that I just got this feeling of calling all aspects of my soul back to myself and just feeling so whole after this experience is over. And they're saying it's because the construct is ending. So since the construct is ending, all aspects of my soul will be called back in and will be made whole again.